What's up guys, Chris with CT Golf Reviews here, and we are about to do a 3-part series. I'm playing Tunxis Country Club in Farmington, Connecticut. It's got 3 courses, 2 18-hole courses, 1 9-hole course, and I'm doing them all today and reviewing each course one by one. So, we're going to start out with the white course. I'm really excited. I've been wanting to play here for a while. Let's get going. Tunxis is the largest golf facility in the state of Connecticut, hands down. Owned by the Alliance Club, the same people that own Oxford Greens and Heritage Village Country Club. It's got 3 courses on it, 2 18-hole courses, the green and the white, which is what I'm on now, and the red course, which is the little 9-hole course. Yeah, not a lot of people get to experience this because I know there's, people that live in Florida and South Carolina and, like Phoenix and stuff like that. Hotter places that don't get to experience seasons, I guess you could say. But one thing that really sucks about playing when there's foliage and leaves on the ground is that any little white speck out there looks like a ball. Could be your ball. Another thing some people in Florida might not have to experience: leaves all over the green. So this is the first game I'm playing with Taker back in the bag, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous because I don't want to break the club again. So I'm babying it, and I don't think that Golf Galaxy listened to me when I told them I needed a stiffer shaft on my club. Now it feels even weirder. So I have to go and get that fixed at an actual golf shop. People who know what they're talking about. I've also got this push cart that they gave me because they're not doing regular carts at the moment, and I don't like it. It keeps wanting to go it's like veering off to the right. I don't know why, but I wish it would stop. At least the sun's coming out. That's a good thing. So when I was talking with the guy on the phone, oh geez, I can't remember his name. I know it's not Tony. Well, that's all I know. Mike, maybe? I don't know. He was telling me that they were having a whole bunch of tournaments today, and that today, which is Wednesday, is the only day where they're not having a tournament. So I'm actually playing this course in tournament conditions. It's pretty interesting. I'm on hole 5 of the white course. Nice par 5 right there. And I'm about 10 yards away from the green in 2. That just should give you a little bit of an idea of how I'm playing today. And if you think it's playing good, no, this is the only lucky hole I've had so far. But still got a long way to go. The view that I have right here It's gorgeous, but it does not do it justice. The reason why I have the thumbnail the way I have it is because that is an aerial view from all the way up there of all of this. This green, that green, that green, and that green, they all shoot out like into this lake right here. And when I was doing the research on the course, the first thing I could think is, I wonder how many golf balls are in there. I mean, there's got to be at least 1 million. I'm not playing bad, but I'm not playing the best. I haven't gotten ridiculous shots. I've mainly made bogey for the holes that I've played. I'm on 11 right now, and this cart sucks. I'm sorry, this push cart is absolute trash. You ever get one of those carts at the store? Wow, hold on a second, look at that. That's gorgeous. You ever get one of those carts at the store where it's like, no matter what you do to try to distribute the weight, you put all the groceries in one side and it's like, it still wants to push off in another direction? Well, that's exactly what this cart is doing. I've got all of my weight on the left side. It still wants to push off to the right. So, I'm supposed to be getting a cart when I play the green course and the red course. So hopefully they give me a cart. But good round so far. Real quick, it's a little windy right now, so bear with me. But you see that sign right there that says flood water line storm Irene 2011? This place got destroyed, like it was underwater. That's the Farmington River right there, and it really did its work on the state. What was I doing during Irene? Playing kickball and getting our friend's truck submerged in a loading dock. That's par. Well, I like the white course. So far, so good. The greens are great. I like the overall straightness of the fairways. It's actually relatively flat, so there's that too. You know, having to walk this, it's not doing too much on me. As far as, like, you know, losing my breath and taking my energy away and everything. Still got to play the green course, still got to play the red course. Green course is next. Probably going to die before I'm done, to be honest with you. I didn't bring any food either. Oh boy. Alright, let's keep going. So I'm about to show you what happens when you kind of think outside of the box, because I duffed, absolutely botched the first shot. We're talking botchamania on the first shot here. And then, I hate these carts. And then I sculled the second one, and it's still on the green. Look at that. I'm gonna see real quick. Look at that, the guy's even like blowing a path over for me. right, guys, I am about to tee off on the 18th hole of the white course here at Tunxis Country Club. Before I do that, guys, you know the deal. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, get notified anytime I put something new up. This is part one of a three-part series. This is the white course of Tunxis. The green course is next, and then the week after that will be the red course. I'm going to be reviewing each individual course, giving each individual course its own score. And then I'm thinking maybe at the end of the red course review, I'll give a complete and total final review for the entire property altogether. But let's tee off and get back to the house and do the final review for the white course. Alright, that's it for the white course, guys. Let's get back to the house and do the final review. Alright, guys, time to review the white course, and I gotta say, I was tired after 36 holes. You can kind of tell after the red video, which is going to be out in 2 weeks, that I had to play a lot, and for the white course, I actually had to walk. Luckily, they gave me a push cart. Wasn't really the best push cart, but hey, you know, what can you get when they don't give you an actual driving cart? For a reason, I actually found out. The grass was really wet. They didn't want to take a chance. Some spots don't have cart paths, so I can understand. I'm not mad. All I'm saying is the cart, I explained it best earlier when I said that the cart was kind of like pushing a shopping cart that only wants to go in one direction. You put all the groceries to the other side. We're going to get into the staff at the very end of the red video, which is 2 weeks from now. The only reason why is because I don't want to talk about the staff for 3 weeks and saying the same thing. Because this is 3 courses that are managed by one property, which is Alliance, which are the ones that own Oxford Greens and Heritage Village. I had high expectations. And my expectations, believe it or not, were met. I'm just going to talk about it at the very end. Okay? So, let's get into the actual review for the white course. Layout, I'm going to give an 8. The layout was actually very enjoyable. There were barely any dog legs, which, look, that right there gives you brownie points. Most of the holes were basically straight on, you know, with the exception of maybe like 1 or 2 which had a slight little curve, but if you could draw or fade your ball the right way, you can get around them. There was nothing really major, and I liked that. The course was very easy to follow. There are signs all over the place letting you know what hole to go to, what direction to go to. The cart paths are actually very well kept. For the spots that didn't have cart paths, they did have little like footpaths and stuff that they had along the side of the fairways in the green, which I thought was good. There was also a tournament that had happened like the entire week. Now, I had played literally the only day that there was not a tournament. So, I was able to kind of maneuver around because I was following tables and I was following signs and sponsors, and I would assume that they were playing the tournament on one course because the white course, I would assume it was the white course. That's where all of the all of the tables and stuff were, unless there were some on the green course and I didn't pay attention. I liked the easy going. It's like you go up, you set up on the tee box, you look straight, you plan out your shot, you hit it, you're good. The fairway bunkers were not too difficult. I got stuck in one, but fortunately it was shallow enough to where I was able to hit an easy shot out of it. The greens were, you know, they were big, but they weren't too big, but they weren't too small. And some of them were sloped, but they weren't too sloped except for one hole. And I don't remember which one it was, but that was a nightmare. There were a bunch of just really easygoing aspects of this. It's one of those courses where, yes, it offers you a challenge, but not too much of a challenge. And I liked that. So layout is going to get an 8. Difficulty is also going to get an 8. And the reason why I say this is because it was windy. I know I have to take wind into consideration at times. I know that some people are going to play the course on a day where maybe it isn't windy. But the holes are long. I will say the holes are long and some of them are narrow. And if you can't aim shots and shape shots properly, you're gonna end up finding yourself in a position where you're going to have to think outside of the box. Luckily, there's not really too many wooded areas. You have the Farmington River that runs along the side of the course, and you've got maybe some spots where there were like patches of trees and stuff, but it wasn't too difficult to really maneuver. The greens were quick, but they weren't too quick. They were, I'm not going to say they were perfect, because they weren't. And coming into this, I was expecting greens like Oxford, where they were just lightning fast, where you tap the ball and it goes 30 feet. And that wasn't the case. But you really have to be good at reading greens in order to figure out exactly where the ball is going to go, because they're very deceptive. There were some shots where I was aiming off to the left or off to the right because I thought that there was a hill, and it turns out there wasn't. And I actually ended up 2 and 3 putting a lot of shots because of that. It took me a couple of holes to realize, what the greens were doing, but once I was able to get at that, I adapted. And the golf balls I play are usually relatively soft, so it's not like they were gonna, roll on forever. The sand bunker placement around the greens were good. There was plenty of water, especially the center lake where the 4 greens like protrude into. Fortunately, though, and looking at the pictures when I was doing my research on the course, I thought that it was going to be one of those things where, like, if you miss the green, you're in the water, and it wasn't the case. But it's not something that you take lightly, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where you have to be careful. You have to be able to place your shots, think ahead, figure out what you think is going to happen, and then try to act on that. It's a very technical course. It's a very technical, strategic course. And I like that. With the fact that there's barely any dog legs, you would think that, just looking straight, okay, I gotta hit a straight shot. Well, what you don't see, maybe there's a little patch of rough. Maybe there's like a hill. That's where it gets you. And that's why I'm giving the difficulty an 8. Scenery, I'm gonna give a 7. I like the views. It's not that I didn't have a lot of like really gorgeous views, because this course is actually around the corner from Blue Fox Run in Avon that I did earlier in this season, which I'm going to get into that in a second. So I was kind of expecting to be able to see, the Hoobaline Tower on top of the hill, and maybe some like farmy areas, because the course was at one point tobacco plant. I believe it was a tobacco plantation. So I was going in kind of expecting, wow, I'm going to get like a farm feel, And there were some parts where I did and some parts where I didn't, and it was okay. There is a road that kind of runs off, in between. So like you start off and then you cross the road and play the rest of the course. Across the road is the clubhouse and the restaurant, and that looks really nice. I gotta say, I really like the paint job that they did on the building. That's one thing that really stuck out. It's rustic, but it's gray. And it looks cool. Yeah. The foliage on the trees was gorgeous. The only problem is when you have the light shining off of leaves, it looks white. And then they've also got mushroom caps that are white. So if you're hitting a white ball, that's the same size as both of those, you're going to be looking for your ball for a while. So that's why I use neon all the time. Most of the time. Unless I don't have neon, which I got to get more. So scenery is going to get a 7. My overall score for the white course at Tunxis is going to be an 8.3. It tied with Norwich. What I can say about Norwich, which was my first course, I can say that there are some things that Norwich has that the white course doesn't, and there are some things that the white course has that Norwich doesn't. Either way, I really liked my experience at the white course. I did have high expectations, like I had mentioned, and they lived up to it. They lived up to it, and they're all owned by Alliance, and I'm going to be judging Alliance at the very end of the red course. 8.3 is going to be my final score for the white course. Guys, if you liked the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, get the notifications anytime I put something new up. I'm going to say right now, we are getting close to the end of golf season. We've got this, we've got the white course, we've got this, we've got the green course, we've got the red course, because I did all 3 courses in one day. I'm doing 2 more courses, and then I'm calling it for the season until the weather starts getting better, because I live in Connecticut, and let's face it, one day it's going to be 75 degrees, and then the next day we're going to have 4 feet of snow. Anyone who lives up here knows what I'm talking about, and all of you snowbirds down in Florida, that's why you go down to Florida, so you can keep playing golf. But I can't go down to Florida, or else I'd have to change the name of my channel to CTFL all over the damn place golf reviews. I don't know. I'd have to think of something. Guys, leave a comment. Let me know if you've ever played here before. What is your favorite part of it? I'm Chris with CT Golf Reviews. I will see you next week for the green review.